thing I'm coming to terms with is that my goals are bigger than me. If I have an idea on my heart that I want to implement, or I have something on my spirit that I just need to say, a lot of times it's not going to be just for me, you know? If it was going to be just for me, guess what I would be on this planet? And learn. Hey y'all, my name is Raven. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody is living their best life, and if you aren't, please do something today to put you on the path of living your best life. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys 5 pieces of advice that I really need to hear right now, and I wouldn't be surprised if y'all really need to hear this as well. So stay tuned. So the first piece of advice I want to share is treat what you plan to do as non-negotiables. I've fallen into a very bad habit or a bad pattern of talking myself up to do things or saying, oh, today I'm going to do this, that, and the third. And then I end up doing not one thing on that list. Or if I do one thing on that list, it's not something that I actually wanted to do. It's not something that is serving my overall goal for myself, you know? So in order to build that trust within yourself, I'm learning that you have to treat what you plan to do as a non-negotiable. Kind of like if you value your job or value going to school or value your education, you're going to show up to class. You're going to clock in, you know? So you got to start treating your goals like that as well, or the things that you plan to do as well like that, you know? One thing I'm coming to terms with is that my goals are bigger than me. If I have an idea on my heart that I want to implement, or I have something on my spirit that I just need to say, a lot of times it's not going to be just for me, you know? If it was going to be just for me, guess what I would be on this planet? And learn. I would have been born onto a planet with literally nobody else around. But that's not the case. We are here, we are around so many different humans, so many other animals, plants, all that stuff. So the ideas that we have in our mind, yes, it's going to serve us, help us develop to be the person that we're meant to be. But a lot of the times the goals that we have for ourselves, or the things that we plan for ourselves, or the ideas that we have, is not just for us to benefit from. And even if the goal or plan isn't necessarily something big in the eyes of others, maybe your goal for the day is literally just to get up out of bed. A lot of folks, they struggle with even getting out of bed in the morning and doing basic hygiene. So if that's a goal for you, do that. Okay, set it as a non-negotiable for yourself, because in the end, you're going to be learning the importance of hygiene. You're going to be learning the importance of taking care of yourself. And as a result, the people that are going to be around you and the people that you are going to attract into your life are going to feel that energy off of you. They're going to be able to see you taking care of yourself in a way that inspires them to take care of themselves a little bit better. You know, not on no competition stuff, just as a point of inspiration, if you know what I mean. The second piece of advice that I really need to hear right now is, as soon as you have a plan in place, take action. So for example, if you plan on exercising today, get up and pick out your gym clothes, okay? What type of exercise you're going to be doing today? If you know what type you want to get into, find a video on YouTube. There's so many videos on YouTube on different exercise programs or exercise videos that you can do right now, and get up and do it. Because it's the moment that you allow your thoughts to take over, that's the moment that doubt creeps in, that fear creeps in, and it stops you from actually doing what you set out to do in the first place. I know I'm not the only person where if I had planned out to do something in my day, or even made a simple goal for myself, the second I allow a thought of doubt or a thought of something comfortable for me to come up, which could be doubt, fear, anxiety, whatever, I end up going on like a train in those thoughts. I get in a trance with those thoughts. You know what I mean? The thoughts end up playing out on how I act. So if I'm comfortable laying in bed all day, my thought is instantly going to go to, but my bed is so comfortable. I can just do it in a minute. I can do it in 20 minutes. 20 minutes then pass, and you still talking about, oh, I can do it in 20 minutes. You ain't going to do it. So the second that you have a thought to do something, just do it. Like, as corny as it might sound, You just gotta do it. You have to have that little plan in place, and you just gotta get started right away. Do not allow thoughts to creep in and stop you on your journey, because your thoughts literally can become your worst enemy or your greatest asset, okay? The third piece of advice that I really need to hear right now is, if you have multiple things you want to do, write it down and organize it based on your priorities. So this can be like a weekly thing or a monthly thing. It can even be a daily thing. So if you know that you're a very ambitious person and you know that you might have 5 things that you want to do today, but each of those 5 things are going to take you about 3 hours to do if you want to do the best work possible, prioritize what you want to focus on for that day. How do you feel that day? What energy are you in that day to give the best of yourself in whatever it is that you plan to do? In my life, I know that I enjoy coding and doing software development work, but I also know that I enjoy doing YouTube. I enjoy dancing. I enjoy doing all those things that are very time consuming. So if I know if that week for my life or that month, I am purely focused on completing this software development project, I'm going to prioritize that in my daily to-do list. I'm going to prioritize, okay, I'm going to do this feature today or this feature this week, and make sure I tick off all those tasks that I need to complete in that category. Does that make sense? I guess like in that month or that week's time, plan out what your main focus is and then write down the smaller tasks for that focus. And another thing I would like to mention is that if you know that you are working 8 hours a day, give yourself grace. Don't put too much on your plate to the point where you get overwhelmed and give up. Put just like 1 or 2 more things on your list for that day, Do not overdo it. Do not try to be a superhuman, because at the end of the day, you are human. You deserve rest. You deserve recovery. So if you put too much stuff on your to-do list, too much stuff that you feel like you have to do that day, a lot of times you're going to end up getting overwhelmed. I'm speaking from experience. I will end up getting overwhelmed and I'll just not even try, So give yourself grace. And then for each task that you're going to do, give yourself about 30 minutes to 2 hours for each non-negotiable task. And I say 30 minutes to 2 hours, at least for me, because that's when my brain is the most focused. In the first 20 minutes or so, I could still be like falling underneath distraction, at least in my head, and just overthinking. So if I give myself at least 30 minutes to focus on focusing, that's when I get into that flow state. And I say no more than 2 hours on each task before you take a break, because you don't want to burn out before you even complete what you wanted to do that day. Okay, to sum this little piece of advice up, have big dreams and take massive action, but be practical in your approach. Okay? I'll say that again. Have big dreams and take massive action, but be practical in your approach. Not comfortable, practical. Okay? The fourth piece of advice that I have for myself, for real, is stay committed and focused to one thing at a time. So, going back onto that other point, when you have so many things or so many ambitions, it can be very easy to get overwhelmed with all of those and end up not doing any of it because you're overthinking or your brain is just all over the place, So, in the moment that you are doing what you said you would do, set the intention to only be focused on doing that thing right now. Every time your brain starts thinking about, I have to clean the bathroom today, I have to go to work soon, or whatever, ask yourself, what am I doing right now? And again, piggybacking off of the previous point, give yourself at least 30 minutes to get focused in on that task. Give yourself at least 30 minutes, okay? And if you know that you're the type of person that once you get distracted, it's hard to get back on track, do everything in your power to not get distracted in the first place. So, for example, if one of your distractions is TV, have a ritual in place where you won't turn on the TV until you ask yourself 3 questions. 1, what did I say I will use this time for? 2, why do I want to be distracted right now? 3, what will I gain from distracting myself? Based on your answers, make a decision. Your success is a choice. That is one thing I'm definitely learning. Success is a choice. If you choose to stay in your comfort zone, that's a choice. If you choose to be ruled by fear, that's a choice. If you choose to just give into your distractions and put off your goals for tomorrow, that's a choice. At the end of the day, your choices, your actions, the decisions are going to manifest results. That just is what it is. So remember that and make conscious choices moving on. I ain't saying that you can never watch TV. Just make conscious choices. Know why you're doing it. Okay? What is your why? If it's just to relax, if it's just to wind down, that is 100% valid. But if it's to distract yourself, to procrastinate, why are you doing it, girl? You got things to do. Get it. And then the fifth piece of advice, the final piece of advice, is fail forward. For me, as you guys already know, I struggled past tense, really bad with driving anxiety, and I am working through it as we speak. I am moving past it. But one thing that really held me back was the fear itself, the anxiety itself, the feeling as if I make one mistake, I'm doomed. But one thing I'm coming to realize is if there is a fear or doubt on my path of going after my goals, I need to lean into it and push through. All successful people encountered some form of fear or doubt, but they didn't allow it to control them. You have to be laser focused on what you want and allow the extra noise to be just that. Noise. That's all it is. Noise. Okay? And also what I'm learning from failing forward is that when you make mistakes, look at it as an opportunity for growth. You don't know what you don't know. So when you make a mistake, you now know. Isn't that so cool? With that newfound knowledge, take it and keep pushing forward on your journey, okay? So yeah, that's all the pieces of advice I have to share with you guys today. As you can see, we all dolled up with a gray eyeshadow look and some black lip gloss / lipstick that I use for eyeshadow. And I was trying out this cute little makeup look where I was hoping for like more depth in my eyes. And I feel like I got it. But you know, I'm still kind of a beginner when it comes to this. I wouldn't say beginner. I would say intermediate level. Okay. But I most definitely am not a MUA. Okay. But you know, we're putting our hair together, getting it nice and cute. And in a second, you're just going to see the end results. So I hope that as you guys were listening to this video, you guys were taking note, writing it down, and you actually apply this advice, because advice is useless if you don't take action or apply it. Okay? So take action now, apply those steps now, and you got it. Go after your goals. Any goal, hope, or dream or desire that you have is meant to be yours. Okay? Allow yourself to have it. Alright, that's the end of today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe button down below, and turn on my post notification bell so you're notified every single time that I post. If you like content like this, go ahead and leave a comment down below, and I most definitely will prioritize making more videos like this, because I always have advice for myself and advice for others that I take and apply, and I have seen changes in my life. So with that being said, I hope everybody lives their best life. Peace, love, and light to you all.
Cut the cameras. Dead ass.